Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Sanjna and I talk all things Australian personal finance. So that's real estate investing, cryptocurrency, NFTs, and starting out this year, I do want to delve into the ETFs and stock space as well. So if that's something of interest to you, then please do subscribe to my channel down below and let's get started on today's video. As you can tell by the title of today's video, I want to talk about why I have made the decision to start investing in ETFs and stocks for this year. I've got a list of points that I want to go through, but before we do that, just if you are new to my channel and you're not so familiar with stocks or shares, let me break it down for you. So a stock is also known as equity, and this represents the ownership of a fraction of an organization or company. So this entitles the owner of the stock to a proportion of the corporation's assets, and if the company does well, then that means your dividend payment is going to be higher as well. So what is an ETF? An ETF is an exchange traded fund, which is the type of security that tracks an index, sector, commodity, or other assets, but can also be purchased or sold on the stock exchange the same way as a regular stock can as well. A well-known example of an ETF is the S&P 500. So what is the S&P 500 index? Basically, this is Standard & Poor's, which is a rating agency. Their index is a market capitalization weighted index of the 500 leading publicly traded companies in the US. So that's a little bit about stocks and ETFs. So let's get into the reasons now as to why I'm investing in stocks for 2022. If you've been following me for some time, you all know that I have invested in real estate. I do own 3 investment properties. I have put down a large sum of money towards cryptocurrency, and I have also invested my money into NFTs as well. So my thoughts were that I've already diversified my portfolio in everything else but stocks, and I really wanted to get a feel of what it was like. And coming from a risk background, I understand the importance of diversifying your portfolio and making sure that you've got well-rounded assets, that if one asset is underperforming at a time, the other assets can pick up the slack essentially. So I think it's very important, and what I've been taught growing up in my field of work, when I was working, I've been taught the importance of diversification, and I want to implement that this year. With stocks, we all know that the average returns end up being about 10% each year, which is not as high as cryptocurrency, of course. We've seen 200% increases, but it's something that I really want to get my head around and see where that takes me this year. Another reason as to why I want to invest into stocks and ETFs, because it's seen as a hedge against inflation. So, what is inflation hedge? Essentially, it is an investment that is considered to protect the decreased purchasing power of a currency that results from the loss of its value due to rising prices, either macroeconomically or due to inflation. Now, what does that mean? So, given that the inflation rate in Australia is about 2 to 3%, if you do not invest your money and you're just holding it in a bank account, that money over time is actually losing its purchasing power because inflation is eating at the purchasing power of that dollar. So every day you hold that dollar, it is worth less and less, and it's going to buy you less and less every day. Now, if you invest in stocks and say the return, as mentioned before, was 10% per year, if we know the inflation rate is expected at 3%, then you are still making a 7% increase in the value of your money. So your money is growing faster than the rate of inflation, which I think is very important. It shouldn't be the opposite way. The third reason why I'm investing in stocks this year is because the risk associated with stocks is far less than cryptocurrency. I'm personally looking for stability this year, and with my experience of cryptocurrency, we all know that sometimes you can see decreases of about 30 to 40% over a period of time, and that may be a lot for some people, but because I've become accustomed to it, it's fine for me. But I'm looking to educate myself around more stable asset classes, and stocks was just something that really sparked my interest. I also want to educate myself around the stock space. I know I talk a lot about all the other other asset classes out there, but I don't talk about stocks and ETFs. So I want to educate myself, increase my knowledge around this space, because to be honest, I've never done this before, and I really want to test the waters and educate myself and really just understand what all the hype is about. So I'm going to take this time out to educate and research, watch other stock YouTubers as well that talk about shares and ETFs. I'm going to join forums, I'm going to follow the right people and read the right books. I also plan to earn a passive income from stocks. We all know that dividend stocks allow you to earn a regular income. It may be minute, but it's still something. So what are dividend stocks? Essentially, dividend stocks are one of the simplest ways for investors to create passive income. As public companies generate profits, a portion of those earnings are funneled back to investors in the form of dividends, and then the investor can decide to pocket the cash or reinvest the money in additional shares. Also, the barrier to entry in the stock market with ETFs is quite low. There are a lot of micro investing apps out there like Raise, Spaceship, Sharesies, and it really does make it very convenient and easy for the everyday individual to get started into investing. You don't need thousands of dollars, and you can start as little as $5. And finally, the last reason why I'm investing in stocks is because you guys have suggested that I do so, because you want to see that kind of content here on my channel as well. A lot of you guys have suggested that I do comparison videos comparing my experience and the returns that I receive from cryptocurrency with real estate, NFTs, and now stocks as well. So I think it'll be great content for the channel, and I definitely want to take you guys along with me on this journey because we can both learn together, especially if you are a beginner. So if you'd like to follow my investment journey, then be sure to follow me over on my TikTok account and my Instagram account, Success by Sanjna. It'll be here on the screen. And that's it, guys. I'm going to leave it here. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Thanks, guys.